All right, man. So let's talk about Cleveland series versus Detroit Pistons. Obviously, the Pistons got home court advantage. It's an interesting matchup from the point of they division opponents. A lot of close games here. But this series is going to obviously outside of Cade and Doran need to play how he played versus Cleveland usually. The series really is going to be a 1-1 on how the Pistons, defend. Well, I really speak on defense, but really how they attack Donovan Mitchell and James Harden on the defensive end of the floor. That's where the series is going to be won at. Believe it or not, that's where your series is going to be won at. How the Pistons attack Mitchell and Harden offensively. And they're not going to defend up. They're not going to defend. They're not going. That was a dig move by the truck driver. But they're not going to defend Cade Cunningham. All right? They're not going to fall back and defend Tobias Harris. They will defend Mitchell and Harden will defend. They will defend the starting lineup of Ausar Thompson and Duncan Robinson. Therefore, I did a video talking about the brother talking about how Dyson Daniels, Ausar Thompson, and inability to shoot is making them invaluable to their teams. But I say this about Ausar Thompson and Amen Thompson. They can put the ball on the ground. They can put the ball on the ground. So I think in this series, whoever is on Ausar Thompson, and I'm going to talk about an alternative to make this work. Whoever's on Ausar Thompson, they have to have Ausar Thompson get downhill and attack. They have to get him moving without the ball, catching on the move. Just getting him in situations where he driving to the bucket off the dribble. It's not like he like Killian Hayes where he can't finish at the bucket. He can't rebound and put it back. But they got to get 10 to 15. Really, you need 15 points out of him a night. They got to get him attacking downhill. And there's ways to do it. I mean, maybe even isolate him on one side when he get it going to really attack James Harden as a defender. He can drive and take James to the rack or Mitchell to the rack. Maybe you want to get him in the post. But also the preferable thing to do is get him moving without the basketball, where you get Mitchell or Harden chasing them off screens and he catching and he attacking. They have to exploit them. They can't let Donovan Mitchell and Harden fall back on Robinson and Ausar and get breaks. And switching is cool. You do that, I think you do that the end quarters and end games. But I wouldn't count on switching. I would make Cleveland do something. They coaches really do their jobs. I'd make Mitchell and Harden defend. I would let Mitchell and Harden defend. I would make them defend. I would have, Ausar Thompson moving a lot, attacking downhill off the cut. I really had him slashing off the dribble once he get it going, taking Harden and Mitchell to the rack. And Robinson, for the most part, only adjustment I make with Robinson, he's showing to put the ball on the ground and get to the rack. And only adjustment I make to Robinson, I just have him move off the ball screens a little bit more. I have him come off screens and catch and shoot. I have him just be a lot more active, as far as moving off the ball. You want to make Mitchell and Harden defend. And with Robinson, make them chase Robinson off screens. Put him in a position where he can catch and shoot. Get Mitchell and Harden moving those legs and using those legs defensively. Have Robinson move and attack off the jump shot. And now he pumping and driving a little bit. Attack them. But having them sit at the three-point line and just watch. You're bailing Harden and Mitchell out defensively. Have them slash. Have them cut. Have them move off the ball. Catch and shoot situations. Catch and attack. They got to add that. And then, when that's really frustrating Cleveland, then I start switch. I start making them switch. Then I start putting them in switch situations. That's really gonna make the coaches have to really okay, what we gonna do? See, you might be like, well, they might just do it with Orlando. The difference with Orlando, they team could defend. They could defend. Paolo is a solid defender. Wendell Carter is a good defender. But the other difference other than that is Desmond Bane can defend. Jalen Suggs can defend. They have 4 really good defenders out. And for Cleveland, the way this guy riding his brakes this morning, come on, fam, man. They get next to these semi trucks and they start tweaking and shit. Come on, man. Either you speed up or fall back. But they in Orlando, and the physicality in Orlando, defensively, but they got Jared Allen, who's good at defending the rim, and they got Evan Mobley, who's good at everything. They just don't utilize him offensively enough. So they got them. They, like I said before, there's liabilities in the backcourt defensively. When you got your 2 guards or defensive liabilities, it's gonna be hard to win a championship, bro. I literally hate the way this piece of shit is driving this morning, bro. Man. This dude driving like a bitch. It's a bitch driving? I don't know who driving that pickup truck, but they driving like a straight. Ugh. Sorry, excuse my language, bro. I can't stand people that ride their brakes. And then you can put 10 cars in front of this car, and they just she just riding the brakes. Everybody shouldn't be allowed to be behind the wheel. I'm sorry. Everybody shouldn't be allowed to be behind one. I'm sorry. They just be giving out license like Tic Tacs. But honestly, they gotta attack those guys. They gotta attack those defenders. Make them work, take their legs off. Every time I see them, and switching is not enough. Let me say this over and over again. Switching is not enough. Switching is not enough. Yeah, you can switch and kill them, but you want to give them coaches something else to think about. They ain't even gonna strategize how can we stop these niggas killing us. Or the alternative is this: Jenkins and another guy that can attack them off the dribble. Jenkins, either LeVert or if Harden get healthy, put them guys on there, and the whole thing is to attack. That's my attack. That's what I'm telling my wings. Attack when you get, if it's LeVert, attack off the dribble. I want you to attack Mitchell. I don't want to see you settling for threes unless they're there. I want you to attack. Jenkins, you see these? Eat. Attack. I want you to attack. Don't overthink it. Don't try to be a point guard. If you get double, make the attack. I want y'all to attack them. I don't want them to be on the balls of their feet. I don't want them to be I want them to be frantic with their feet. You could put a lineup in where LeVert and Jenkins, I'm telling them to attack. LeVert, Jenkins, attack. When you see Mitchell and Harden, attack. Attack. I see a Asar out there. I want to post up Harden, bully him. Asar is too good at the rim for them not to be slashing them and having them crash them boards hard enough. I don't want them sitting at the 3-point line. I want them running that baseline. Moving, slashing, active, crashing. being physical with them. But I feel like that's the message, man. Appreciate the love and support. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, more videos like this. Peace.